What's up? It's time to get ready, get set, and escape with me. So, I recommend this book to any writer out there. Why? This is called Write the Story. And Spider Man and I are going to explain this. No, it's just going to be, he's too busy swinging around to talk right now. But anyway, so if you take a look at this book, it's called Write the Story. Great, simple design to it. You have simplistic, I should say. You have a nice pen here, and you have a bunch of different titles surrounding the main one, Write the Story. Encounter at Sea, Time Travel, Lucky Break, etc. And if you look closely around the main titles here, you see other words. Why? So, as we go into this, I want to talk to you guys why I suggest this to every writer out there, whether you are just getting into writer, whether you've been just getting into writing or not sure how to get into it, or you've been writing for a while, maybe you're on writer's block, whatever, you are going to want this book. So, quick shout out to the people who made this book, actually, too. Follow them on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram. Hashtag Piccadilly Inc. And I believe that's going to be their channel's names, too. So, you can actually use the hashtag there to win monthly prizes. I'm sure they still do it. This is back in 2017 when this book was made, so. But anyway, so to go into this, each page is a template. So I've made a little slight dent in this book, but I've got quite a ways to go, as you can see. So each one has this template where it's write the story, you have the title up there, and then include the following in the story. So you have microbiologist, telephone hidden, etc. What is that? A total of 10? Yeah, a total of about 10 words. And they're all different. Each word has really no connection to the next. They're all just random words. And you just have to fit them into the story with that title. So it challenges you. It makes you really think, what is this story going to be about? How can I fit these words in here? Because these words could be something that you may not use often because of your vocabulary. And it may not even, some words may not have even come to mind before when writing. So in a way, these stories, these templates give you more, they expand your vocabulary. And you get to think of new ways to use these words. And you can possibly think of great new stories just based off a title alone. And a lot of these I've just been writing right off the top of my head based off of the story title and just going from there. So to put into perspective for you, the great thing too is it's not based on a certain genre. You can take the title and go wherever you want to go with it. There's no rule really besides just having these in your story, having it fit at least on just one page, because the next page is a whole new template. So there you go. So I want to go and read two stories here just to give you a example of what I mean and how fun it can actually be. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I recommend this book to everyone, and I'm here to show you why. So the first story, this was A Strange Request at a Piano Bar. The little facts in life. One of the many things I love. Most people think the Statue of Liberty always was green, but oxidation proves otherwise. A big sense of wonder in the world, but many aspects are hidden under masks. Symbolically, of course. Why mention this? Well, I thought my juvenile fantasy pulled off. Despite my awkward sassafras nature, I kept this potential controversy hidden until the right time. Or tried to. I always wanted to be a part of a carnival of some sort. Now I had a talent worthy of it. Once I started playing that piano, a hidden mask I uncovered, it sprained myself. The instrument was playing me. It needed an audience. I was twirled around its fingers, so to speak. My fantasy was manipulated out of my hands. The previous pianist I see now baited me like a horse to an apple. I wanted to find the right sound frequency to achieve emotion manipulation, one of my many projects. To make people happy even when thought impossible. At this piano bar, It was now obvious this piano had everyone. They sung, I sung, victims of a strange request. This piano was alive, and I can't stop playing. So it kind of, from the get-go, I kind of already wanted to make this sort of a, what's it called? I guess not really a thriller, because thriller is more action-based. Horror is more, I always get my definitions mixed up. I guess I would just say a mystery. That's a short story that's kind of, I don't know why the camera keeps focusing. Nothing's even moving. I'm sorry about the pulsing. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm looking at it now and it's like, okay, that's... I should probably take autofocus off or something. I don't know why it keeps doing that. But my apologies for that. I'm using a Logitech camera, and usually it's pretty good, but right now it's like it's trying to do a heartbeat. Maybe it won't show in the final product. I don't know. So anyway, that's what's so great about this book. You get to take these titles and use them in any way, and you get a chance to really not. You can get a chance to expand on different genres as well. So this one was more, they're all short stories, of course, too, since you can only fit it on one page. But you can use this as an outline to expand it into something much more. Because, for instance, what if you don't want to work on short stories? This could just be the pinnacle to start it off. So there's that, or the catalyst to start it off. So as you can see, I did a pretty decent job fitting most of these on here. And by the way, if you want to know where to get this book, I forgot to mention it. I got this at Five Below. If you guys don't have a Five Below where you are, I would suggest checking Barnes & Noble, for instance. I've seen Barnes & Noble have these, even Amazon, but I'm sure would have these. And there's other ones too, like one is Write the Story. I think there's one pertaining to just poetry. I think there's one that's actually just a journal with certain things like write what you did today, or write the crazy thing that happened in your life, certain things like that. And I believe they're all from the same company. So if this isn't your forte, there are other ones out there that I'm sure would reach that would, what's it called? It would pique your interest. So, and I want to go through one more just to show you guys what I don't know what happened here, but you see how I actually highlighted, but I underlined a lot of the stuff, a lot of the words here, but I kind of forgot to do that as I continued on. But I'm going to switch that later on so I can actually keep track of the words I was using. But you see too that what I do is I'll actually color in the dots that are next to the words. See if you can see that there. I colored them in so I can keep track of what words I actually used while highlighting them. So I'm going to go through here real quick and just kind of pick a random story. So this one actually is a continued story. A Couple on a Cruise continued from another story I started in here. So what I'll probably do, well, actually I'll just show you this one because this one's a little crazy. So this one's called Drama in and Out of the Lab. By the way, this game was awesome. So you have different words from microbiologist, international, shoe, heights, persuade, etc. So this one goes: the train pulled into the station rather shoehorned, making any bystander unlikely to be persuaded to ride. It wasn't meant for any outsiders poking into their business. The train wasn't meant to appear inside this place at all. They all had scattered once they saw the final cart was blazing on fire. They missed the sight of some odd figure dancing among the flames. This guy took his antics to new heights every day. While he meant to keep this one hidden, there were no regrets. After all, he was no microbiologist like his dad. It's fairly obvious the portal failed as bait. Sadly, every international greeting known to man only got me engulfed in a literal dancing flame. We're going to be in trenches of trouble if I can't figure out Mr. Blink's schemes. I don't know what happened there. Mr. Blink's, I don't know. there were words missing there for some reason. Back at the lab, it was changing into a 16-bit video game. A frantic friend had been avoiding the digital flame doing so. Unfortunately, The telephone was among the chaos. So I kind of was doing like a mixture of different things here. This was kind of inspired by a lot of random things. Kind of like a mixture of Gravity Falls and like the regular show. So you have, just to explain, because I know with the piano one it was a little bit simplistic. But as you can see, since you're limited, you kind of have to leave. You have to figure out what you may have to sacrifice depending on the story, whether it's sacrificing something where the plot will make more sense, or if you want to leave more questions for the reader. But that's kind of every day with writing in general. So this one is, this guy is basically going through random things to kind of figure out what's going on with this person called Mr. Blinks. And there's this literal dancing flame that causes you to dance while lighting you on fire. But fortunately for our main character, he is immune to flames, at least the burning part of it. And then there's another flame that for some reason turns things into a 16-bit digital game that just makes them, 16-bit. Like, was Mario World 16-bit or was that 8-bit? I'm gonna say it was 16-bit. I'm pretty sure. But either way, just a bunch of random stuff that I thought would be kind of cool to just experiment with and maybe expand on in the future. So that's the kind of stuff I wanted to talk to you guys about. There's a lot of different stories in here. Let's see. The main character gets rejected. There's stuff like that. A hermit is forced to go to a crowded place. A myth that explains a common natural occurrence. The story begins at a funeral. The people who hate each other have to cooperate. Some of these are kind of things you've seen a lot, but a lot of them have a lot of potential, because a night at the opera, anything could happen. A dinner at a party. Some of them are very simple, where a lot can be happening, but some are a little bit harder because of what in particular it's actually pertaining to. So this one's based on a true story. The villain is really the hero. So this book I recommend to any writer out there. This is a great thing to have. And I got it for $5. I mean, there's easily like 100, maybe plus pages in there. And it's very durable. I've had this for a while now, and I look forward to finishing it someday. This is what I suggest. If you are a writer, you should get this book. It will help you so much. It's helped me think of a lot of things, especially when I have writer's block. And that could be a hard thing, especially when writing is a passion for you. It's something when you want to make something like this. You want to make the next Spider-Man game, or the next awesome new movie, or just a story, or just a book in general. Everything starts with a title. Sometimes just a random idea. That was not I was trying to sound cool there, but it didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to. But everything starts off with one idea. That's actually what I should have said. So I wanted to line it up with this, write the story, then the titles, but that failed. But you know what I mean. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you want to see more content like this in the future, do be sure to look out for my audio drama podcast, Odd Company. It involves many story elements and more to come from it. Check out the other videos on this channel. I do other things from gaming, reaction videos, discussion stuff in general, and other podcast episodes too outside of my audio drama stuff. And if you have any other suggestions you have to see, leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this book, if you plan on getting it. If you have any questions, let me know. So until the wind hits our sails yet again, all the links will be in the description below as well. I will see you all in the next Odyssey. Or next Escape, technically. I'm mixing up outros. Later days. Thanks for watching.